Funny Navy Storytime, Part 95. Let's talk about sports between branches, shall we? I was in the Navy for 5 years as a Master at Arms, which is just military police, and every now and again we would interact with the Marines, whether it was a detachment coming through or they came off the ship for drills. But of course, afterwards, they'd have some free time. And as anyone affiliated with the military community should be aware, there is almost nothing more dangerous than a bored Marine. So we tried really hard to keep them entertained, and one of those ways was no-contact flag football. You can imagine how that went. One day, I got roped into a game, and it sounded like fun. I had nothing better going, but after about 20 minutes, that whole no-contact rule went right out the window. Usually there's a couple people on hand to try to help keep the Marines in check, but the one person on the field that was supposed to do that was a warrant officer that got a little too into the game. With every play, the level of force just kept ramping up, and after a particularly rough series where one of our receivers actually had to sit out, we held it up and decided they were going to toss me the ball, and I was just going to drive the middle. And I was specifically told not to stop. I think the exact wording was, "Run those fucking jarheads over." Sounds like fun. Let's fucking do this. I'm 6'4", and at this point about 250 pounds, and yeah, I was about the biggest guy on the field. Lined up, ball gets snapped, tossed to me, and I run as hard and fast as I can right up the fucking middle. Who do I meet but that warrant officer? He steps right in my path, and it's pretty obvious he's not going to move. And when you get 6'4", 250 pounds moving in any direction, it's really hard to change course or stop. So I didn't. I lowered my shoulder and hit him mid-chest with everything I had. He's about 5'6", I got nearly a foot on him. And have you ever driven your body full force shoulder first into a fire hydrant? Because that's what it felt like. I thought I was going to catch him flat-footed. And after pushing him maybe a foot back, I came to a dead stop. Then he wrapped his arms around me and slammed me into the ground like those flags didn't exist. And then he slapped me on the chest and said, "Good fucking hit, son. Hoorah!" To which I so eloquently replied, yeah, it only went downhill from there. We did not win that game. And that was the very last flag football game I ever played with Marines. Fuckers are full-grown toddlers with no filters and even less self-control. What stories like this do you have? Stitch or comment below, and have a nice day.